Well, all right. It is Monday, January 22. It's about 10:50 in the morning right now, and I'm done for today. Took two trades today. My first trade was on my PA account, and I got the win for a scalp. And then a second trade on my evaluation number 23. Now, this is the evaluation that I took a loss on last week. And this is a 50K account. So basically, two losses trading four accounts or trading four contracts. On the evaluations, I'm trading three for a scalp and one contract for a runner. So two losses on the 50K caused an account to blow up. And so that's what I did today. As you can see here in the Rhythmic Trader Pro, you know, the loss on the account is $1,340. But because of how I've been watching Alpine Trader on YouTube and the way he looks at things, I'm forcing myself to look at things the way he looks at it, which is really the evaluation account cost me $33.40. That's how much actual risk I take on for each evaluation I take. And if I lose an account, that's actually my loss. So while my PA account is steadily climbing, thankfully, towards a payout, you can see I made $102.04 on that, and my balance now is $51,594. So I'm really just about nine or so wins away from being able to request a payout on that PA account, which is my only PA account I currently have. So that's really my prime focus, and it's really interesting because of what I learned from Alpine Trader. When I look at it this way and I say, okay, well, I made $102 towards my goal of getting a payout on this PA account. And unfortunately, I lost an evaluation, but real money, it's only $33 that I lost, and not this more scary red number over here of 1,340. It makes me feel a lot better about things. And, I think that's kind of a gift and a curse in a way, because I don't want to get into the habit of saying, oh, well, it's fine to take a loss. It doesn't matter. I mean, it matters. Certainly for my stats, it matters. As you can see, I was 1-1 today for 50%. And so that's for the week as well, since it's Monday. And now my overall stats for 2024 are 25-8, which is 76%. Not bad, not great. I think if I didn't take the kind of trade I took on my second trade, I have a higher win percentage. But because I have this mentality of, I knew I was trading this account, and this account, evaluation number 23, renews this coming Saturday. So to me, it was like kind of no risk, because I'm going to have a renewal fee for the same amount, $33.40 this Saturday. And so really, to me, it's like, well, either pass it by Saturday or fail it, so you get a fresh account with the fresh drawdown. And it sucks because this account was already at the 7 days as far as trading on it. So a little bit of a bummer, because I lose the time in trading the 7 days to be able to pass an evaluation, since the 1 day pass is not happening right now. But on the other hand, it was going to renew, and it's fine. So it did psychologically have me take a trade that I knew was riskier, and I didn't love the trade, and I'll get into that and show it to you in a minute here. But it is what it is, and right now, like I said, the most important thing to me is on my PA account, I got another win, and that actually makes for 16 wins in a row on this account. Ever since I switched to the current system I'm trading, I have not taken a loss on there. And so what's working for me on the PA account that I've been doing differently from all these other evaluations, and I've blown up 4 or 5 evaluations, I think, in the year 2024 already. And what I'm doing differently is I'm really just taking the best trades, what I deem are the best trades with the best signal bars that fit my rules, and it's been working for me. So I'm trying to be conservative in that way with my PA account, and it's really important for me to do my best to get it to a payout, refund me all the money I've invested in the Apex so far, and then hopefully I can, once I do that, maybe loosen up a little bit and play a bit looser. But I see when I do play a little bit looser, I get more losses. So it's a mixed bag for sure. And I'm gonna have to just kind of modify and adjust as I move along, because truly right now, if I just play all my accounts the way I'm playing my PA account, I'll have less trades, but I'll have a higher consistency. So that's what I'm seeing so far. I mean, most of the trades I've taken on were not necessary to take those trades. So let's get into it right now, and let me show you my trades. Now, unfortunately, I messed up on this window that I record for YouTube, and I didn't capture this trade live on my chart in terms of being able to see the entry and see the profit target get hit and everything. But I will play back the video just because I want to be able to show what the price action was doing and the reason why I took the trade. So essentially, it was very kind of rangy with a slight downward bias since the open of the market. The open was about here, and so we got this last push up to make a new high, and then a steep sell-off, and then just couldn't, every time it got to the EMA, it just couldn't move off of it, and it would get pushed down. And some things that I was seeing was, one, I had measured this. So if you measure this and you measure this, we had gone beyond the measured move, and but we hit the measured move. The second thing I was seeing was this purple line is the previous day's close, and it's the regular session close is what I use. And so what I really liked about the trade that I took here, I started, by the way, by the time I got the chart up and working, because I was having some issues, was about 7 o'clock. So somewhere in here was when I started. And so what I liked was the clear 2 legs down. And what I liked is we had a strong push off of the previous day close. And once this previous day close was hit, that's essentially the gap being hit. There was the gap of the high of the previous day, which was here, where we found some resistance earlier on. And then there was the gap of the close. So I do like to play off the gaps, off these sorts of entry points or levels, I would say. And so that's why I like this trade here. Now, what I didn't like about this trade, if I zoom in here, what I didn't like about it is I really try not to take engulfing entries. I find that engulfing entries are very unreliable, and sometimes they work and a lot of times they don't work. And as you'll see on my second trade, it turned into an engulfing entry just the same way as this. This one, it looked like it was going to close without engulfing, and then right literally at the last tick of the bar, it engulfed and entered me in the trade. And luckily on this one, because we were at a key level, the gap was closed. Had plenty of room for my scalp, and there was good momentum. This thing was really going down. It went all the way down here, and then it just started shooting up and finished really strong. So I like this trade. I didn't love that it engulfed right at the last second, but I figured I was in the right area for it to work for at least my small scalp. And on the PA account, that's all I was going for, was the small scalp. So let's take a look at the price action as it was recorded live. Again, unfortunately, I didn't have this window recording the right account. So the entry wasn't recorded. But I can at least hopefully, I think I was on the right chart at least, so I can at least hopefully talk about the trade as it happened. Let's take a look. I haven't watched the video yet. All right, so here we are. Let me turn on the video. So here's the live recording of the video, and you can see the price is really pushing down here. We're below the previous day close line where the price action is at this point, and then this candle starts to really show some strength. And I was watching this level right here, really interested to take a long. At this point, I was like, oh no, don't engulf, because I didn't want it to engulf. And, the more it kind of stayed within the previous candle, the more interested I was getting. And I was just really hoping it wouldn't engulf. So, just continued to show strength throughout the whole bar. And if you watch my P&L, when the bar closes, you'll see that I get entered into the trade, as well as my account windows where my orders and positions are. And the reason why I missed the trade was because I didn't copy trade off of my sim account onto my PA. I had just made it so that the chart I was trading off of was directly linked to my PA account, just to make sure there were no errors in a copy, because I don't want to, my PA account is the most important account to me, so I don't want to have any copy issues. So here you see the bar is ready to close. It wasn't engulfing yet, and I put my order in and got right into the trade. Now we don't get to see my order, and then already right here, I'm already out of the trade for my scalp. So it was at that point that I realized, oh wait, did I have the right chart on? Well, it was like, I realized, I didn't get that recorded for YouTube, which was, a bummer, because I like to have it recorded even just for my own sake. But as you saw there, I got the scalp, and I like that trade right there. So let's see. Okay, so and then you can see my markers now here, since I put the accounts on this chart. So you can see got a marker right at the top here. I don't know if you can see that on YouTube. And then my scalp was taken right here. So I had plenty of room. Wouldn't have had any kind of runner if I had a runner on it, because I got the scalp and then the price went back down and then it went back up. So there would have been no opportunity for a runner there. But, this was a case where fortunately I took an engulfing bar and it worked. And, a lot of times they will work, but just a lot of times, they'll get right up there and then they'll just turn right against you. And that's what I'm going to show you on my second trade of the day. All right, so here we are. So essentially on this chart, if I show you the whole chart here. So on this chart, you can see this is where my first trade was, right here. And so then, it went up, and what I was looking at here is we had, pretty much range like, price action. We closed the gap, we double tested it, and then it looked like we, to me, I was looking at this like it was just one leg up. So in my mind, I was thinking, okay, well, if we have one leg up, maybe we can go another leg up. So that's kind of what I had in mind, thinking like, okay, now that we close the gap, we'll just trade up from there. And it was, overall a bullish day where we were above the previous day's high, we were above the previous day's close, and we had a, we went through the EMA and then we came back above. And so here's where I'm talking about. Let me switch this to the account that I took the trade on so that you can see my entry. All right, so here we go. So this was another situation where, as I just explained, I was kind of thinking we would go and at least retest the opening price again, is what I was, what I had in mind. And what I liked about this was, to me, it was one leg up. and then we went through the EMA and we were able to climb back above it. And so I was thinking like maybe we would trap the shorts here. And so when this ticked below this candle bar and really shot right up, I was hoping that there would be some room where the candle close would be like here instead of where it was, which was it ultimately ended up engulfing. It was very similar to that first trade I just showed, where it looked like it was going to close down here, and then just right on the close of the candle, it engulfed. And then, and then it did the thing that I see happen so often, which is it just immediately went right against me. And as this trade was going against me, I knew that, it's potentially that if I had left my stop right under the signal bar, I would have been left with just like really small amount of drawdown left in the account. And because the account was renewing this Saturday anyway, and I'd have no drawdown, it just didn't make any sense to like let it take me out without blowing the account. So I actually moved my stop just way down so that however far it moved against me, it would either blow me up or maybe I'd get lucky where it just ticked me out and then went the other way. But unfortunately, it didn't do that, and it did blow up the account. And so let me show this one live, I do believe, or recorded live. I do believe I got this one recorded. All right, so here we are. So you see I have the measured move drawn, and we went below this red bar previous to this bar, and it looked like we were bouncing off the EMA. And I figured, my thought was we were done to the downside since we had filled all the gaps, and now we can make a new run back to the open at the very least for that measured move. And I was just kind of like looking at everything, the price action, say, is there a reason why this would go down more? Now, on another chart, and because I watch now multiple charts, different size tick charts, on another chart, I could actually see a reason to not want to take a trade for a long here. It kind of looked like there was a real two legs up, 1, 2 on that chart. And, but here this looked bullish. I had, kind of a reason to think like, okay, we're going to make that second leg. And I really thought it wasn't going to engulf. I thought I'd just sneak in right before there was an engulfing, and that would be a trade that I liked. It's really hard to enter not engulfing trades. So I was still waiting here. And, just seeing like, okay, do I think it's going to engulf? And it's really hard because sometimes they just barely don't engulf, and then the trigger happens so quickly that you can't get in the trade. So, and then I don't enter limit anymore. I only try enter with market order. So you see I put the order in there right as the bar was about to close. It was still way under the previous bar, and then it engulfed right on the close. And then you can see it just starts working against me immediately, and never even ticked up another tick. And that's the danger of the engulfing bar, because when it doesn't even tick on the next bar, on this current bar that's currently playing out right now, then technically the trade isn't triggered, even though you had an engulfing bar that went above the previous bar. So that's kind of the danger with entering with market orders the way I'm entering now. But it is what it is. I didn't love the trade. I kind of, in my own mind, had the reason in my head, good or bad, that, hey, if I lose this account, it's renewing. So, I'd rather renew it with a fresh balance and a fresh drawdown than for it to renew, otherwise. So I still had a lot of time this week. I mean, I could have probably taken a better trade on it, but I decided this was going to be the next account that I was trading. And just with that mentality, I said to myself, well, the next good setup I take, or the next good setup I see, I'm just going to take it. I could be a little bit more risky with this account. And thankfully, I did it with this account. Like I said, that's going to renew rather than one of my fresh accounts, or rather than one of my evaluation number 32, which, as you can see, is getting pretty close to passing. I'm just about $300 away from passing that account. So I'm glad I didn't take this on that account in particular. or any of my fresh accounts. And, it is what it is. So there you see, I moved my stop further down because I just said to myself, if this is going to be a loss, I don't want this account to still be alive. I just let the account be dead so that it can renew as a fresh, brand new account on Saturday. So we'll see this play out. Yeah, and really, when I saw it being an engulfing entry and I saw it working against me right away, I knew this wasn't going to be a winner. And like I said, on my other chart, I kind of saw it break a new high already in my mind of the first leg, big leg up. That it looked like that second leg was the break new high. So I could have skipped this. It wasn't a trade I had to take. And I think that is one thing about trading with Apex accounts that is hard is you look at it and you go, well, it's $30 that I'm going to lose on this account. So even though my P&L is saying I'm down 1,100 at this point of the trade, and ultimately down 1,300. That's not the real money. The real money is I'm losing $30, $33. So there it is, taken out of the trade, and I honestly wasn't too surprised by that result right there. So that's it for the day. As you can see, I'm now 25-8 overall for 2024, 50% on the day and the week so far. Again, my prime area of focus is this PA account. And now that I got out of my system what I was doing last week, my game plan moving forward is every day I start with my PA account. I'm just trading 2 contracts on it for 2 scalps. And I'm just being patient and waiting for what I consider to be the first best setup I see, looking mostly for it to be off of key areas, whether it's a previous day high or low, or a previous day close, or perhaps off of the open, or off the EMA, or some other reason where I'm looking for a second leg or something like that. So when I have everything in place that no rules are being broken, I will take that first trade on my PA account, going for just the scalp. And then once I get that win, I move on to my evaluations. And so that way I'm going to lock in my profit every day on my PA and not put it at any further risk, and just slowly march towards the target goal to be able to get a payout, hopefully. And then I move on to an evaluation, and then win or lose, I will then move on to another evaluation. Win or lose, I will move on to another evaluation. And the game plan is for me to just cycle through accounts in that manner. And when it gets to about 10:30 West Coast time every day, that means I'm done for the day. So I find that most of my losses generally happen in the later part of the day. So even the loss I took today, that was let's see, that was at 9:30. That's already starting to push it. I find that most of my losses tend to take place sometime after 9:15, 9:30, and at some point I may even just stop at that point. When I'm starting the day at 6:45 or 7 every day, I think to trade to 9 to 9:30 is actually even more ideal. So hopefully once I get a payout, once I get some more PAs in the group of Apex accounts that I have, then I'd like to be able to be done by like 9:30 and just trade every good setup I see from 7 to 9:30, and wherever I may land, call it for a day and move on. So, and same goes true for the PA. If I get a loss on the PA, which I hope I don't, but if I do get a loss, I'm only trading 2 contracts. It's a 50K account. So while it will be a big setback toward moving toward a payout, it won't blow up my account. And so no matter what I do, I'm not going to trade a second trade on that account until I get to a payout, or until I get to have another PA, and I'll do the same thing on both PAs working towards a payout. And, everything is about a payout. So until I get that first payout that I've been looking for since basically April of last year, I'm slow and steady and conservative working towards that. And then I'm a little bit more aggressive on my evaluations, and we'll see how this plays out. 71% discount now on Apex. You can use this code or any other. They just passed $90 million in payouts. So I would think a 90% sale will be coming up because of that. And I also noticed that the 71% sale, they have a timer that ends tonight at midnight. So I don't know if they're maybe considering doing a 90% sale. It seems like it would be a good time for them to do it, because they like to hit that like 90 million milestone and do a discount that matches the milestone. So we'll see if my hunch is right about that. So I would recommend not buying any accounts for 71%. I definitely prefer to wait for an 80% or a 90%. It's not a huge difference overall in the price, but it is an extra $15 on the 50K account, for a 50K account, from the 80% price to the 71% price. So instead of paying $33, you're paying over $45. So take that how you will, but don't be surprised if there's a 90% sale as of midnight tonight. And if you are enjoying watching me struggle, but slowly make some progress here on my trading journey on Apex Trader Funding, like and subscribe. Hoping to build the channel, and maybe even at some point, once I get a little bit more comfortable with trading the system, perhaps I will start doing some live streaming. I don't know if my internet is actually good enough on the upload to be live streaming, so I gotta sort that out. Maybe I'll just do a test and see if it's even worthwhile. And then otherwise, as you can see in my other accounts here, so I blew 23 today. That's blown up. 26 and 27 were renewed over the weekend, and I just flipped a contract on those since I didn't take a trade on them today, just to count a day, because I am going to trade with a runner on all of these evaluations. There's a chance that I can get a big runner one day, and so I don't want to let days go by where I'm not just counting the days towards the 7 days. In the case I get a big runner that somehow passes my account in 1 or 2 trades, or whatever the case may be. So flipped a contract on both of those accounts, which you're allowed to do on the evaluations, as well as on account number 33, which was a new account that I bought on Friday for 80%. Flipped a contract on that one. And then on Eval 32, flipped a contract on that one. The first 3 I did 1 a tick, so they're minus 52 cents after the commission. On my evaluation number 32, I flipped for a contract and I lost 2 ticks, and so minus commission, it's minus $2.52. I do those all on the micros on MNQ. I did it on, and I was actually thinking next time I'll just do it on the MES, the micro ES, because it doesn't matter. I only lost 52 cents and $2.52. So in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. But I hate seeing red on my P&L here. I just hate it. And these, by the way, where it says plus 50 cents here, it's because I don't have the Ninja Trader looking at the micro commissions on these accounts. They're only looking at the mini commissions, so it doesn't know how to calculate the commission properly, and so that's why it's showing plus 50 cents on these. And so all of these that I traded here, flipping a contract, don't match the don't match here, because just because of commissions. And Ninja, you have to tell it which commissions you're using on each account, and I'm not trading micros typically, so it's just not recording that properly as far as commissions go. So anyway, I'm going to probably just flip on MES because I think on one contract you're green by 2 cents after commission, technically. So I don't know why it matters, but I'm considering doing that, or just go for 2 or 3 ticks maybe. Since I'm risking 2 ticks, maybe I'll go for 2 or 3 ticks on the micro NQ. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's stupid. It's just my what is it? OCD, I guess. Anyway, I think that's it for today. I think I've said it all. And again, the PA account has been traded for 10 days already. Today was the 11th day. So whenever I hopefully qualify for the payout, I'll just wait until the payout period and hopefully be able to withdraw the maximum amount on that account for 2,000. And I'm also really just hoping that this account, number 32, today with the flip of the contract was the 6th day traded on that. So I'm hoping my next trade I can get even just a small runner and a win on it, and then that should pass that account, and I'll have a second PA again. Although that will be a 25K account, not a 50K. So I'll probably only trade 2 contracts if and when that becomes a PA account as well, until I get a payout one way or the other. All right, I think I've said it all. Thanks for watching. Like or subscribe, and if anyone you know is interested in this kind of content, let them know I'm here. I would love to build up the channel a little bit more. Thanks for watching. That's it for me.